Hi, welcome back. I'm Brainerror, and today is another one-shot Thursday. And today we are doing something called the test, which apparently makes you question a lot of stuff, makes you think about a lot of stuff, makes you really dig deep down into your psyche to be able to pass this test. And I think there's loads of different endings, different conclusions. This whispering is really loud, even though I turned it down. And it would be really interesting to see. Oh, that's better. It'd be really interesting to see what comes out of this and how I will answer these questions. And I thought it'd be a really nice little thing to dive into for One Shot Thursday and see what comes from it. I think there are 3 parts to this, and apparently they're all interlinked. So if you want to, I'll do the other 2 as well for the next couple of One Shot Thursdays, and then maybe at the end of that there will be a revelation about myself or the test in general. Anyway, new game. Hello. Now, in order to begin, this is the most important part of this entire experience. You will be asked a series of questions and you must answer them honestly. Now, when I say answer them honestly, I don't mean answer them how you'd like to answer them. Answer them with truth, even if that's hard to face. We all want to be good people. We rarely want to admit our faults, grievances, or mistakes. But you must decide what you truly want. Do you want this to work properly? Do you want the truth about yourself, your destiny in this world? Or would you rather live a lie, just to hide from yourself? Ooh, something a lot of people have to think about. Why does it say help and something here that I can't read? And I don't like all this. And why do you have a little elephant nose? The process is very simple in theory. Just answer a long series of questions. What's difficult is self-analyzing your own psyche to evaluate the truths in your own mind and life so that you can predict your future. You see, as long as you're honest with these questions and answers, you'll be able to see your own future here. This will tell you things you already know, but don't necessarily know that you know. As long as the answers you provide to the questions asked are 100% honest and true, this process will simply unlock a part of your mind that you do not have natural access to. I don't know, I'm quite self-analytic, like all the time, so it'll be interesting. This isn't psychic, this isn't a personality test, this is simply nature. This is you. This is your own mind. Oh, can we go back? Because my mind's not pretty. This is simply nature taking its course. This is the human brain at work, unlocking hidden truths within itself. While attempting to answer many of these questions, you'll often wonder things like, well, this answer depends on the circumstances. Create your own circumstances in your mind and answer the questions with a simple yes or no as you see fit. You may not understand nor realize it, but your mind will develop the situation required to answer your question the way it needs to be answered. I invite you to grab a drink of water. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. We are about to begin with a series of questions, and provided that you're a willing participant, we will be unlocking some substantial information today. Here we go. Do you believe that everyone should always be treated fairly? Yes, without doubt. Do you believe that everyone should always be treated equally? That one's kind of hard. Because naturally I would say yes. But again, it depends on the situation. But I think in general, everyone should be treated equally. Yes, in general. Have you ever invented anything? Yes, the sentence I just read. Invented. As a child, I invented loads of stuff, especially new words, like windmill was lula and airplane was tinne. I don't know where I got it from, but I just made up a lot of shit. So I guess I invented words, if that's a thing. So yes. Do you believe that you are worthy of someone's time investment? In general, yes, I think so. It depends on how much time investment, but yeah. Even if it's just a simple hello or a smile, yes. Would you consider yourself to be open-minded? Now, there's a thing, right? I always think I'm quite open-minded, but sometimes I kind of hit my nose on something, so to speak, that makes me realize that in some areas I can be quite, not close-minded, but outdated. And I find that really interesting, and it always worries me, like, will I be a typical elderly person that will just be so kind of rusted in their minds that they can't open up to anything else? That always worries me, that I'll be one of those people that can't see past their own little bubble anymore because their minds are just so rusted with their own ideas and their own kind of, well, being in their own little world. So I always try to be as open-minded as possible, and I'm always open to someone challenging me as well, as long as it's in a respectful, calm manner. If people start getting angry with me and I don't know why, because I don't see the full picture, or, you know, I'm not open-minded enough to get it at the time, then I will not be open to change. But if someone challenges my views and my beliefs and my feelings about something in a respectful and calm manner, then I would be open-minded enough to step out of my comfort zone and look at the bigger picture and go, oh, I get it now. And maybe change my mind, maybe not. But yeah, I think in general I'm open-minded, more than most. If I see a lot of other people around me online and in real life, they are very close-minded. And it scares me, because I think for this world to be a better place, everybody should be open-minded to everything, really. Doesn't mean that you have to like it or you have to agree with it. Just open-minded enough to see people are different, or things are different, or things are not the same for everyone, that kind of thing, you know. Yeah. That was a very long answer. Would you say that you sometimes have trust issues? Yes. 100%. I don't even trust myself, so yeah. Would you be alright with living alone forever? I think I would, as long as I have animals with me. If I have my pets with me, I would go a little bit cuckoo, I guess, towards the end, because you need conversation. People, even the most secluded people, want some form of conversation at some point. They either talk to God or to themselves, or have a volleyball on the beach. But we need that stimulation, that mental stimulation. And I think if I had animals around me, at least I could have like one-sided combos with them and stuff. I would go a little bit cuckoo, but I think I would be a lot happier if I had animal companionship. If it was completely alone without animals, no. But if it's just humans, yes. Do you always give someone the benefit of the doubt? Not straight away, most of the time. But I usually take a step back nowadays and think about it. And then I will give them the benefit of the doubt. Because I'd rather do that than be negative about every single interaction. And even though I keep in the back of my mind, like, maybe the benefit of the doubt is not the correct way of going about things, I always have that safety catch. I'd rather give them the benefit of the doubt than be a negative Nancy about everything. Do you dislike the sound of your own voice? Yes. Do you like the color blue more than the color black? Yes. If you found money on the street and knew who it belonged to, would you give it back to them? Yes. Are you sure you want the answers you seek? No. I had to click that twice. That was weird. Are you afraid of spiders? No. Oh, I see. That's quite good actually. So if you click on no, it doesn't automatically, or if you change the answer here, it doesn't automatically take that as the answer. So you can still change your mind. That's quite clever. If you knew you would emerge unscathed, would you jump into molten lava? No, because I'd still feel the pain. I guess. No. Would you consider yourself to be fat? No. But doesn't mean that I don't feel fat. And I know that's body dysmorphia, and I've always had it all my life, and I think a lot of people do because of the way society is and how we get brought up. You know, I always had the Barbies and that kind of thing. You had to be slim and blonde and blue eyes and big boobs and small hips and long legs, and so you know that kind of gets ingrained into you quite a lot from a very young age. And I think everybody kind of feels, or a lot of people feel, fatter than they are. So I know logically that I am not fat. I'm a good weight for my age and for my height, but I do feel fat. So that's kind of in between. I would say I won't consider myself fat because I know I'm not technically. So no, I guess. Would you say that you have lots of charisma? No. Have you ever wished you could be temporarily frozen? If you mean cryogenics, then I'm very interested in that. I think that would be really interesting to kind of skip a couple of centuries and then wake up, but then that's also super scary, you know? It could be way worse by then. But yeah. This is all very interesting, is it? Did you realize that the last letter of the previous 5 questions when you put together spell the name Satan? Nope. Does that make you uncomfortable? Nah. Are you good at finding hidden puzzles or clues? If I know there are going to be some, then yes. Otherwise, my brain will just concentrate on other shit. So, yes and no? Yes? Are you now wondering what other hidden messages are placed within these questions? Yes. Have you been entirely honest with your answers thus far? Yes. Are you afraid of the consequences for answering questions dishonestly? No. Were you aware that there could be potential consequences for answering dishonestly? No. Are you wondering how these questions began to take a strange turn? When did they take a strange turn? No? Would you consider yourself captivated? Mostly. Very interesting. Would you consider yourself to be brave? It's really weird because I suffer anxiety, right? So social anxiety, and sometimes I have a bit of agoraphobia as well, where I don't want to leave the house at all. And I don't like being in open spaces with a lot of people. Only if there's a lot of people. I guess it's not agoraphobia. I guess it's just social anxiety, because I don't like being where there's a lot of people most of the time. So I prefer being at home. I get very anxious about social interactions, and especially if I haven't done them in a while, even though I've probably done them 100 times previously. If I haven't done them for a while and I have to do it like phone calls, I get very upset about that. So in that sense, I'm not brave because I worry about things that I shouldn't worry about. But when push comes to shove, I've been known to be the bravest of a group. And luckily I am blessed enough to not have to have been in that situation for a while. I think the last time I was pushed to bravery because of a bad situation was in 2015. But apart from that, I've luckily not been in any situations where I had to be brave. In that sense. I mean, it depends what you mean by bravery, because a lot of people see being brave as something different. You know, like when I moved on my own when I was 17, 18 to the UK, not knowing anybody here. I just went. a lot of people find that brave, but I saw it as a necessity. I had to, so I did it. I didn't think about it. It was just something I did. So is that bravery, or is that just a survival tactic? I don't know. You know, most of my bravery comes out of survival. I suppose things like changing my career several times over the last decade is brave to some people. But you know, I don't see that as brave. What I see as brave is like firemen going into a burning building saving people. That's being brave, but probably to them that's just their job, so it's all objective. So, going by what other people say about me, I would say yes, but mostly I would say I'm kind of in between. Do you view yourself as someone with above average intelligence? Yes. Most of the time. If I'm really foggy and, you know, brain fog, which is caused by my chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia and ADHD, because it's untreated, so I get a lot of brain fog, then I feel really stupid. It often brings me to tears at how stupid I feel when I have brain fog, because the simplest things I won't be able to do. When it's really bad, I can't even form a sentence or speak, or I can't read properly, my vision goes blurry, my brain just doesn't want to function at all, which is, I can't tell you how crushing that is. But when everything works well, I can be super sharp, I can be really, you know, me and my brother usually get each other's jokes because we're both similar, as in we make very obscure jokes that we get within a second, but other people are like, they really have to think about it. And I don't know, maybe it's just a sibling thing, but he's got a very high IQ. Mine is above average, but I don't know. I think usually I do see myself as above average when I'm functioning properly. Otherwise, no. Have you been looking for hidden messages in these questions? No, I haven't. I've been thinking too much. Are you wondering which hidden messages you may have missed? Yes. Have you begun to wonder how long this test will take, or how many questions exist in this session? No, not yet. This is kind of like would you rather, you know? So, would you consider yourself to be a patient person? Ugh! See, the thing is with me is that I can be one extreme to the other, which is also very ADHD. So I can be extremely patient, but if I don't have the energy, I'm tired, or a person keeps asking me the same questions for help but won't listen to me, then I get very cranky and short. But usually I'm very patient, and usually people don't know how patient I am with them. It's when I suddenly snap at them, they realize that, oh, something's not right, but it's probably been building up over months, if not years, you know? So I am very patient in general, I would say. Yes. Do most humans annoy you? Yes. Do you prefer animals? Yes. Do you believe in magic? As in Dungeons and Dragons magic, or like Magic the Gathering, or Magic the Parlor Tricks? No. Do you believe in God or the existence of some higher power? No. Do you fear death? Not death itself, because there's nothing, but the way I die. So dying, I fear dying. But even then, I think that your instincts will take over and you just deal with it. But death itself, no. Are you attracted to someone whom you're not currently in a relationship with? Are you attracted to... I'm not attracted to anyone, no. Do you... Oh, well. Unless celebrity crushes count. Shit. Do you answer that last question with 100% honesty? No. Because I fucked it up. Are you alone? I mean, Hideo is here. Does he count? Okay. Yes? Are you sure? No? If I told you with utmost certainty that there's something watching you, would you believe me? Hi, guys. Yeah, probably. Have you wondered who I am? No. I'm wondering about your little nose tail, though. Have you had shivers at any point during the session? No. Do you feel like you're being watched? Yes. Have you considered quitting this session early? Nope. Do you drink water every day? Yes, I drink so much water. Do you eat at least once per day, every day? Yes. Do you realize that there's a high probability that you've missed a plethora of hidden messages thus far? Yeah, I guess. Are you wondering what they are? No, not anymore. Would it bother you to never know without finding them yourself? Nah. Is your favorite number 7? No. Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. Do you agree? Well, yeah. Oranges cannot be compared to apples, do you agree? I guess. I was like thinking about like what a dumb question that was. Venus is sometimes referred to as morning star. Did you know that? Yep. Everyone deserves a second chance. Do you agree? Yes. Even the worst of the worst deserve a second chance. Because people can be rehabilitated. So I think second chance, yes. If they still are awful after that, depending on what they do, no. You can do anything you put your mind to, do you agree? Nope, I do not. Because, hi, I'm a chronic ill person. So even if I put my mind to something, my body usually craps out before I get to do the thing. So no, I can put my mind to, like, I don't know, becoming a pilot all I want, but you know, my mental state won't be good enough to become a pilot, for example, because if I have brain fog whilst flying, that would be the worst thing ever, you know. So no. Obedience is more important than freedom. Do you agree? No. Underwater adventures sound like a fun time. No. Do you realize that the first letters of the previous 8 questions spelled the phrase I love you? No. Do you wish to be loved? Don't we all? Have you ever felt hated? Hated? Yes. When I was younger. Do you have any addictions? I don't think so, and the reason why I'm thinking about that is like coffee or, you know, anything like that, but no. I can do without breathing? Is breathing an addiction? No, I don't have any. Do you dislike the color pink? No. Does the color gray seem depressing? No, it's very classy. Do you enjoy loud music? Sometimes. Actually, lately when I work, so I do digital art, and I love just blaring the same album in my ears for hours on end, which makes me really zone into my work and do it way quicker than if I didn't do that. Of course, I can't do that every time I work because it would destroy my hearing, but I do enjoy loud music. Probably again in the last couple of years I started doing that, so yes. Do you like to dance? No. Would you consider yourself normal? No. Do you love your parents? Yes. Have you ever been lied to? Plenty of times. Do you get angry often? No, actually. I get irritated quickly, but I don't get angry. I can count on my hand how many times I've been properly angry where I saw red. And the last time was a very long time ago. Again, 2015, I think. 2015 was a shitty year. I think that was the last time... No, I lie. When did I leave? No, that was also 2015. Yeah, yeah. My boss at the time pushed my last fucking button and I lost my shit with him. I think, yeah, that was the last time I was properly angry. So, no, I don't get angry often. Do you hold grudges? I've only ever held 2 grudges and they were very good reasons. But I am overdosed now. And I never got to take revenge, so to speak. So I don't hold grudges easily. I remember things for a very long time, and I hold on to those memories, but I usually don't wish ill upon people, so no, I guess. Have you ever forgiven someone? Plenty of times, probably way more than I should. Have you ever done something that you knew you shouldn't have done, but still did it anyway? Yep. Have you ever lied? Yes. Have you ever cheated on a test? Yep. You won't cheat this test. Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? God, that's a really dumb question. You get flowering trees, though. What does that mean? I think, actually, overall, I think I prefer trees. Because they're so majestic and they're old and they make the earth breathe, you know? They are so good for the planet. Flowers are also very important, of course, and beautiful. But I think overall, I like trees better than flowers if I had to choose. And like I said, you have a lot of flowering trees, so you get both anyway. So no. Have you ever wanted to be an animal instead of a person? Yes. Do you believe you have psychic powers? I'm very good at reading people when I'm face to face with them. But people used to think that I was psychic because I was so good at cold reading. But no. Have you ever seen a ghost? I used to think that I did, but now I'm like, well, the brain does weird shit all the time. I've seen a lot of weird stuff, but I wonder if they were just like daydreams or hallucinations or yeah, just dreams where I wake up but I'm not fully awake, so it kind of overlaps, you know. So I used to be very, very, very obsessed with paranormal stuff. I even did paranormal investigations and psychic drawings and all that kind of thing. I did readings but that was like in my early 20s, and now I'm like, nah, nope. You know, if they really existed, they would have had some hard proof by now, and they don't. So, and knowing the psyche a lot more, knowing what your brain can do, because I'm also a sleepwalker and I do lucid dreaming a lot, so I know that my brain is capable of a lot of weird, spectacular shit. So, no. I don't think so. Do you dream often? Yes, every frickin' night. Do you have nightmares often? Yes. Do you suffer from anxiety? Yes. Do you suffer from depression? Yes. Do you exercise often and stay active? I do now. I wasn't before, but the motivation of going to Iceland has been amazing, and yeah, I've been working out every day for, I think it's more than a week now, and I'm gonna continue until I leave, which is in 2 weeks' time. And then after my holiday, I will probably continue that trend too, because I already feel so much better. I'm already making so much progress as well, and I just feel better in general, except for my pain levels are really bad right now because my body's adjusting, and with my fibro, my muscle pain, for example, doesn't feel like normal muscle pain. It feels like, you know, when you have an intense fever and you have that horrible achy, pulsating achiness all over your body. That's what I get with muscle ache. It's very irritating, but I'm hoping that my body will adjust to that eventually when I get stronger. But yeah, at the moment I do exercise often and stay active. So yes, for now. Is there a particular type of food that you despise? Despise. Yeah, anything that's gloopy with chunks in it. So like porridge, for example. That's that slimy gloopiness with chunkies. Also the smell. That kind of thing. Anything that's slimy. That's like liquid slimy. So not like shiitake mushrooms. People always say that's slimy. I don't think it's slimy. It's slippery. It's different. But slimy, snotty-like foods, but despise... I dislike them, not despise it. I don't despise any food. Oh, yes, I do despise certain foods. Yes, cruel foods. So like foie gras, for example. If you don't know what that is, look it up. You won't like it. Yeah, cruel foods. So animal cruelty in food. Just so you can eat a certain thing is... Yeah, I despise that. So yes. Would you consider yourself emotionally wounded? Wounded? No. Emotionally altered? Yes. But I found that I've done a lot of healing over the last 2 years, which is really quite incredible to witness. It's really nice. So, and these are issues that I've had for most of my life, and they started to fade away, which is so nice. I might vlog about it at some point if anybody's interested, because they're very, very significant changes to me. But I don't feel emotionally wounded at all. I feel the opposite. I feel like I'm finally healing and moving forward and being the best person I can be. So no. Have you ever felt betrayed? Yes, a lot. And it's not feeling betrayed, it's usually being betrayed. Do you ever feel lost in life? Yes. Would you consider yourself a natural leader? No. If you could push a button and destroy the world, would you press it? As much as it's tempting sometimes with how we fuck up this planet and each other every single day, I wouldn't be able to do that. It's not up to me to end everything, and it would be incredibly arrogant to think that I am. And also, you know, all the animals and nature. No. Do you sometimes dream of being a hero? No. Have you ever been bullied? Yes, a lot. Have you ever bullied someone else? Yes, I bullied one of my bullies once. I regretted it though, because he retaliated like crazy. So I guess yes. When I was very little, when I was like 8 or 9 or something. Would you consider yourself to be a dreamer? Yes. Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? Yes, because I can be quite blunt with things, especially if I'm in a bad mood, which is usually not down to another person. It's just me not feeling well. But then I can't snap and say things that I don't mean, or I behave in a way that's not very nice. So that way I can hurt people's feelings unintentionally. I don't like hurting people at all in any way, even if I don't like them. So it always bothers me, and if I realize that I've done it, it will stay with me like a heartache for a very long time. It's incredible. My conscience knows no bounds. Like, if I know I've hurt someone that I care about, especially, I will keep, you know, that sicky feeling in the pit of your stomach when you know something you've done has negatively impacted on someone. I keep that with me for years and years and years. Like, just the other day I was thinking about something where I also snapped at someone when they were really super happy at the time, but I was trying to concentrate on something else, and they kept on trying to interact with me whilst I was trying to concentrate on something, and I just told them to fuck off for a second. And the look on their face, I will never forget. It still bothers me now, and that was 9 years ago. And even though I've apologized to this person 100 times and they're not bothered by it anymore, it still sticks with me. And I have things like that a lot. So, yes. Do you find space fascinating? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be an artist? I am one. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? I don't know. I have very high expectations of friendships. Because so many were fake in my past. I can be quite demanding before I consider anybody a friend, or it will take years and years and years of consistent support and care from someone before I see them as a friend. I used to say friend quite quickly, and now I'm like, I have a few, but I know now that they are friends. So, but when I apply those high standards to myself, I always think that I can do better, and I should be doing better, and I should do more for people, but I either don't have the time, or I don't have the energy, or, you know, I just don't feel well enough to give them what they need that will be a positive influence, instead of, you know, I don't want them to feel that I interact with them and I'm only half-assed because I am distracted by pain or tiredness or problems in my own life or whatever. So in that way, I always want to be a better friend. But I guess overall, I am a good friend. Any friends watching this, let me know. But I'll say yes for now. Would you consider yourself to be flawed? Yes, yes, yes. Have you ever fantasized about being a supervillain or performing a heinous, egregious crime? Yes, actually. Because I'm such a goody two-shoes in general, where I always want to do the best. In real life, not always in games, I know, but in real life I always want to do what's good, and I want to have a positive influence on the world and people. That sometimes I just wish I could throw it all in and completely snap and do something horrible, but be really super intelligent about it, you know. Yeah, I have. Do you believe in perfection? No. Have you ever stolen from someone? Yes. When I was younger, in my early teens, I have. Oh, and I stole a toy car from a boy that I was friends with when I was like 7 or 6. I can't remember. Yeah. Because I wanted cars, and everybody kept on giving me dolls and Barbies, and he had really cool Hot Wheels, and yeah, I stole one. I did give it back, but... Would you ever kill someone under any circumstances? Yes, I guess. Because, you know, if it's me or the other person, or if it's them or someone I love, like, I'm overly protected about my friends, family, anybody I love. So... But I guess, yeah, anybody actually. If there was, like, somebody threatening someone else... But I would always if there's a possibility, try to find a way to not do it. But if it's like a split-second decision, then yeah, I guess I would kill someone. Yeah, I mean, you can't say no because you don't know. Yeah. If you had one day to live, would you tell anyone? One day. Probably those closest to me. Because it'd be more horrible if I was just dead the next day. And nobody knew why or how. And they were left with all those questions. Kind of reminds me of a few suicides that I had to cope with growing up. You know, no note, no nothing. Just dead one day. Nobody knew why or how or... how long they had been like troubled, and it's horrible. It's horrible seeing people and family and friends and loved ones just struggle with those questions. So I would probably tell everybody close by, saying, I'll be gone tomorrow, but let's have one last fantastic day together. This is why, and I'm not leaving because I don't, because I don't want to live anymore. It's just the way it is. And I would explain the situation so they knew. It would be terribly hard, but it'd be better than all the questions left unanswered and then struggling with that for the rest of their lives, blaming themselves. Yeah. Have you ever told your darkest secrets to someone? My darkest... I have a few dark secrets that I am not happy about. But I've spoken about one with someone. So yes and no, because there are a few that I haven't, but there are some that I have. Yes? No? I'm gonna say yes. Do you trust me even though you know nothing about me? No. Do you know who I am? No. Well, I know who you are. If I appeared behind you right now, would you scream? Nah. If I told you that I've been behind you this entire time, would that scare you? I mean, I would like to know how you did that, but no. Of course not. That would be silly now, wouldn't it? Would you consider yourself to be empathic? Empathic, yeah. Yes, very. Would you consider yourself to be romantic? See, this is another objective thing, because what people consider to be romance, I consider to be cheesy and shit. So, the whole flowers, gifts, chocolate, blah, that kind of fucking shallow shit, I really hate. And people think that's romantic, you know, like with Valentine's Day. Having heart-shaped balloons and, oh, rose petals on the bed or whatever. I think that's absolutely crap. That's not romantic to me. What's romantic to me is when somebody remembers something that is important to me or that interests me and that's personal to me and then does or gives that thing. That is so romantic, you know? So maybe not. Maybe I'm not romantic. You let me know. Have you ever been in a physical fight? Yes, multiple. Are you prone to headaches or migraines? Yes. Do you look at the ground when you walk? No. Well, mostly no. I have to see where I'm walking. You know, if there's a fucking hole in the ground, I don't want to fall in it, but usually no. I used to all the time, and then I taught myself not to because it's all about psychology with that. If you look at the ground, you appear submissive, you appear as a weaker person than you are. If you have your head up high, you know, you don't even have to look at people's eyes. Even if you just look over their heads, it kind of looks like, you know, you're looking at them. You don't need direct eye contact, but all those things make you look more confident, and that kind of thing makes you feel more confident. So I generally just look ahead, or I'm just going, Bill. No, sorry, no. Are you attracted to the opposite sex? Yes. Would you ever shave your head? I already have. Are you attracted to muscular bodies? I like toned bodies. I don't like really muscular bodies. There are very few muscular bodies that I've seen that I actually find attractive, but if there's too much muscle, it kind of looks weird to me. Especially because their heads stay the same size. So then you have a huge body with tiny little heads and tiny little hands. I hate it. So, and then they get all veiny and shit. No. So I would say no, but I like slightly muscular, toned bodies. But I like all bodies, so, you know, I like overweight, like Hop from Stranger Things. I like him too, and he's overweight, so, you know. So I'd say in general no. Do you ever dance when no one is looking? I mean, I twerk at my guinea pigs. Does that count? I guess yes. Is twerking a dance? Do you trust your best friend entirely? I have a few best friends, but no, sorry for anybody who's watching this. I don't trust anyone entirely. It's nothing personal. I just don't. I think it will take a long time before I do that, if ever. So sorry. Do you remember your childhood extremely well? No, because there was a lot of trauma in my childhood, so I know bits and pieces. I've buried a lot of it over the years, and I don't really fancy recalling it whatsoever. I had a chat with my psychiatrist about this because we were talking about trauma and whether I wanted to work through it, and I said, well, if it's hidden and I don't need to bring it up and it's not causing any issues, then I don't really want to go digging. And he said that actually nowadays they don't do that anymore because they believe it causes more trauma to the brain and the psyche to dig it all back up again. So if it's like forgotten about, tucked away in your mind, and it's not causing any psychological issues, then you could just leave it where it is and maybe work on your current issues, you know. So for example, with me would be anxiety and depression and certain emotional dysregulation that I have. So that's really interesting. I'm glad about that because that was one of the things I was worried about if I go back into seeing a psychiatrist, that they were going to rake everything up from my childhood, and I really, really don't want to go through that because I've come so far, and I don't want to take all those steps back and be traumatized all over again, thinking about all the horrible things I've seen and been through. So luckily, no, but I have started focusing more on the positive things in my childhood instead of always thinking about the negative things. And that's how I forgot a lot about the negative things as well. Sometimes my mom brings stuff up and I'm like, I don't remember. But I try to focus on the good because, yeah, I know it was shitty, but I don't need to be reminded every single day of that. And nobody is benefiting from it. You know, it was a long ass time ago. So, no. Would you rob a bank if you could get away with it? Rob a bank? If I could get away with it? Yes. The bank has way too much money. Yeah. Do you ever dream about running from a killer? Yes, a lot. Do you ever dream about falling off a cliff? Actually, no. I've never fallen off a cliff. I do often dream that I have to climb stairs that suddenly become unstable with gaps between the steps. And then I lose my footing on that. So no, not the cliff thing. Do you ever dream about being naked in public? Not in public. Have I? No, I don't think I ever dream I'm naked. Or I wouldn't say ever, I probably have, but I mean not like as an anxiety dream. No, I don't think so. But I could be wrong. Do you enjoy scary movies? Yes, if they are scary. Do you enjoy comedic television shows or movies? It depends. It depends. The movies are usually shit. Some of the American comedy television series I like, but not the UK ones. They're usually crap as well. Like, I know everybody loves The Office, but I hate The Office. The UK version, I've never seen the American version. It might be good, but the UK version is just, I hate cringe humor, and that's like the UK staple. I fucking hate it. So yes and no. Yes and no. I'm gonna say no. In general, I prefer drama, horror, thriller, yeah, that kind of thing. So, no, I guess. Do you like being the center of attention? No. But I don't like being ignored either. It's weird because I'm doing YouTube stuff. So it may seem that I like to be the center of attention, but I don't actually. I don't like being the sole center of attention. But I don't want to be ignored. Don't ignore me. That angers me a lot. Because I guess it comes from trauma as well, where what I say and what I want was never a consideration. So if I get ignored in things, it feels like that. So that really makes me boil sometimes if people don't answer me, especially if I ask something and people do not answer me, don't even have the respect to put in 2 minutes to answer me back is so no, I don't like being the center of attention, but don't ignore me. Do you feel like something is always watching you? No. Have you ever wondered what, well, unless it's the cat watches me a lot, which is kind of creepy. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to go to space? Yes. Have you ever had an out-of-body experience? No. Have you ever punched a nun? Nope. Do you like dogs better than cats? Ooh, well, yes, I think. I know I have a cat. It was not by design. But cats are like little toddlers. Little spoiled, demanding toddlers. And no matter how many times you try to teach them something, they will push you. And they will try to get their own way. And it's exhausting. Maybe it's just my cat, but I'm just like, dude, just, if I say don't go into the kitchen, just don't. You know the word no. She reacts to the word no. She stops when I say no. But do I have to say it every single fucking time I open the kitchen door? It is tiring. And dogs will just, I guess it's because dogs are pack animals and cats are solitary. And that's why cats don't really react to that kind of stimulus that well, and dogs do, because that's how they survive in a pack, because there's a hierarchy, so they have to follow someone and have to maintain that kind of group bond, and you know, it has to be a well-oiled machine, so to speak. So if you're a good leader, good pack leader, then a dog will usually obey and be trained really well. I guess that's what I really miss about cats. I wish they were a little bit more intuitive when it comes to my needs. And because I'm very giving to what she wants. So I try to, adjust my behavior and things in the house and keep a good routine and that kind of thing, because I know cats like that. They're really routine-based animals. They like everything to be the same. They don't like change, blah blah. So I do all that, and then she will push for like earlier feeding times, that kind of thing. She's now starting to wake me up at 4 a.m. instead of 7 a.m., which is what it was. And it's just tiring. Cats are really tiring. So in that aspect, I like dogs better. But when it comes to being, then you've got the other side of the coin, where cats are very independent mostly. They are dependent on you for comfort and food and that kind of thing, shelter, I guess. But they're also very independent. So you don't have. Well, they do still get separation anxiety a lot, but overall, it's a lot better with cats than dogs, where dogs they don't like being left alone at all, and you have to guide them constantly. So I guess they're both tiring, to be honest. They're both tiring. Do I like dogs better than cats? Well, I haven't had a dog for... the last family dog... Actually, dogs smell, though. Dogs smell really strongly. I guess I do like cats overall. But I do wish they would listen a little better. And wouldn't be such spoiled brats all the time. Or wake me at 4. So I guess I do like cats better than dogs. That was a very long way of saying that. Do you prefer to read more than you prefer to watch movies? I prefer to watch movies because usually I'm too tired to read. Are you still wondering why I asked you if you've ever punched a nun? Actually, no, I've forgotten about it. Do you get starstruck easily? No. Do you hate going to big parties and social gatherings? In general, yes. Is your favorite part of your birthday receiving presents? No. Seriously though, have you ever punched a nun? Like, really? Just BAM! Right in the face! Nun punch! Nope. Did you laugh? No, I didn't. Did you say what the fuck in your head? Or even aloud? Nope. I've seen weirder shit than this, dude. Are you now eager to somehow get the opportunity to punch a nun sometime soon? Nah. If there's a hell, do you think you're going to it? No. Do you enjoy fantasy fiction games? Fantasy fiction, yes. Do you masturbate frequently? No. Are you wondering what constitutes frequently? Yes, I guess. Are you more than slightly uncomfortable right now? Nah. Is your mouth dry? No. Does profanity make you uncomfortable? No. Do you believe in legendary beasts such as the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot? No. Are you poor with money management? Actually, I've gotten a lot better, but I still kinda... I tend to give a lot of my money away. I love to give to charity, and I love to treat my friends, and I love to just donate money and do that kind of thing. So I am better with money management. I'm not in debt anymore. But I'm not the best. But I wouldn't say poor, so... Choose one of these numbers that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. 13, baby. Choose one of these colors that you feel resonates most with you in the very moment. Ooh, purple. Choose one of these words that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Sick. Choose one of these words, blah 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 blah. Resonates most. Ooh, celestial. Choose one of these words. Strength. Do you enjoy solving mathematical puzzles? Fuck no. Do you speak more than one language fluently? Yes. I had to think about that. What the fuck? Dutch and English. Have you ever visited a country other than your own? Yes, plenty. Do you enjoy coffee? Yes. Do you believe in demons? In people's demons? Yeah, people have demons, but not as in demon as in anything from the Bible. No. Do you believe in angels? Again, people... No. Are you afraid of sharks? No. I'm fascinated by them. I'd be afraid of them biting me if I was in the water with them. But I'm not afraid of sharks in general. No, they're amazing and beautiful. Do you prefer baths over showers? I used to, but now I get overheated really quickly in baths, so I think I prefer showers now, bizarrely enough. Never thought I'd say that. Does the smell of perfume or cologne give you headaches? No, but it makes me sneeze. Do you see a shadow move in your room a few moments ago? No. That's fortunate. Do you ever hear your name being called even when you know no one is calling it? Yes, it's called auditory hallucination. I get it when I'm really tired or stressed out or sleep deprived. And I've had that since I was in my teens. I used to hear my mom call me downstairs and then she wasn't, but she was like thinking about me at the time. It's really weird. So you can see why people thought I was psychic, right? But what I get now, I don't get the name calling so much anymore, but I get, if I'm really tired, I hear a radio, just very muffled in the distance, or I can hear music. And yeah, apparently that's linked to dementia, so I'm looking forward to my future. Do things in your home often go missing and then reappear later? No. Do you ever hear footsteps around when you're alone? Yeah, because I have a flat above me and I have a shop downstairs, so I hear footsteps, yeah. Do you ever hear random knocking noise around you? Again, neighbor upstairs. Very noisy shop downstairs, yes. Do you often look at the same time on the clock every day? No. Have you ever felt your feet being grabbed at night while sleeping? No. Luckily, I never have. As a kid, I used to be scared of letting my feet dangle, and I'm happily dangling my feet over the edge. No. Do you have any pets? Yes, plenty. Is your favorite color green? No. Are you attracted to a family member? No. If you won the lottery, would you share the money with anyone? Yes. I have a long list of people I want to help out if I win a big, big prize. If you could be the dictator of your own country, would you accept the role? No. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to be in prison? No. No. I had to think about that. I was like, have I? Do you like fishing? No, it's cruel. Do you like hunting? No. Unless it's for food. Actually, no, I don't like hunting in general, but if people have to hunt for survival, then that's fine. But in general, no. Just stop that shit out. Do you like camping? Yes. Do you like guns? No, fuck off. Are you getting tired of answering questions? Not yes, but not yes. Not yet. Was that a slip? Not yet, no. Would you consider yourself to be kinky? A little, I guess? I mean, it really depends on what you mean by that. But I guess a little? A little? Eyes are the windows to the soul. Do you agree? Yes. You can tell everything. Usually everything from somebody if you look at them. Do you always keep your promises? No. I always want to. It's one of the things that I really dislike about myself is when I'm like, I promise I'll do this, and I promise, actually I don't say I promise, but it's when I say I will do this, or this will happen, and that, and I make the best of plans, and they never happen, and I hate it so much. But no. Would you ever completely trust somebody who's lied to you? No. Are you an only child? No. I've got 3 stepsisters and a brother. Do you ever enjoy being drunk? I used to think that I did, but now I know it was self-medication because of ADHD. A lot of people who have ADHD and it's not diagnosed self-medicate with alcohol or drugs because the influence it can have is that it quiets down your brain, and that's what it did with me. It quieted down my brain, so I used to think that I liked being drunk because my ADHD symptoms would disappear. But it was not good for me mentally at all, or physically, you know. Drinking is not good for you, and I hate that it's so socially acceptable. It's like, they always scream don't do drugs, but alcohol is a drug, so, you know. Maybe start there too. Anyway, I don't. I stopped drinking completely. Oh, how long ago is it now? At least 6 years ago now, I think. But yeah, it was the best thing I've ever done, so no. And I hate drunks. I hate drunk people, and I don't care if they are jolly or not. I just don't like people in an altered state altogether. It doesn't matter what it is. I find them even more untrustworthy and unpredictable, and I've been in too many bad situations, so no. No, 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 no. Do you like tattoos? Yes. Do you enjoy being high in any form? No. Do you believe you have a soul? No. Did you cry this week? This week? No, I don't think I did. I teared up. Is that the same thing? Not like proper cry. No, I haven't. That's surprising to me. Are you upset with someone right now? Yeah. Yeah, someone who used me for a lot of stuff, and I worked very hard and they took me for granted, and now they're ghosting me, so I'm a little bit pissed. Is there someone you're not being completely honest with daily? Yeah. Do you understand how this works yet? No. If you answer the questions twice, your truths may change. It's not just about answering the questions. It's about the time you spend answering them and the combination you answer them in. It's about many different variables you'd never guess. Do you understand? Yep. Are you wondering if the end of the test is coming soon based on the previous questions you just answered? Yes, because it's been going on a while now. Also keep looking at this table, why it's like glitched out. There's no second candelabra here and the book's like cut off. Are you supposed to be like that? If I were to tell you that the entire process was planted here for you, specifically you, to learn something about yourself, and anyone else that bothers using this is just a byproduct of its intention, would you believe that? No. Are you afraid of being abandoned? Yes. Are you afraid of dying alone? We all die alone, so no. Do you worry that one day you'll be unexpectedly murdered? Yes. Are you always on guard waiting to fend off an attack? Yes. Do you feel like I know you yet? No. Have you heard any strange noises while answering these questions? I mean, it's the same stuff looped, so no. I think we have enough information about you. Whether you skipped questions, answered honestly or dishonestly, took loads of time to respond, or answered quickly without reading or understanding properly, I've been able to tell. I'm calculating your results. I'm analyzing you very carefully. I'm judging you. Alright? Based on what you've told me, this is what I can conclude. If anyone has been put in a box in this lifetime, it's you. And that just isn't a feasible thing to do with someone such as yourself. What? I think you know that too. Oh my god. I wasn't expecting like an answer that would actually relate to me. You don't belong in a box. You belong on a pedestal. What? No, I don't. Because you are magnificent, whether you understand it, realize it, or even accept it. You might not like to think of yourself in that way for the fear of sounding or even feeling arrogant, but let's be real here. People look at you and your first thought is negative. You get uncomfortable. They're not looking at you for the reasons you think. They're admiring you. They're even somewhat intimidated. You give off such a powerful aura about you that people straight up don't know how to handle your presence. They can even appear a bit standoffish at times, but that's not because they don't want to know you. They just don't know how to act around you. You're not like other people. You think it's a problem with you, but it isn't. It's a power to be admired, though it's often misunderstood. Unfortunately, it's often misunderstood even by you. You need to understand that no matter what you do, not everyone is going to comprehend who you are and what you're capable of. Damn it, stupid game, why are you getting to me? You will, however, find someone who you can open up to completely, because they will be that special key to unlock the gate you keep so guarded. You need to do your best to open up though. Make yourself a bit more accessible. Give people an opportunity to get to know you. I have, dude, so many times, and I just get stabbed in the heart or ignored. They'd absolutely love what they see and hear. You need to build some confidence, or simply fake it. They won't know the difference, trust me. And that's why I started YouTube, right? One thing you do need to be careful of, however, is trusting what people say and taking it to heart when it's negative. People who don't like you for whatever reason don't dislike you because there's something wrong with you. They dislike you because there's something wrong with them. No one who truly got to know you could ever dislike someone so astonishingly in-depth as you. One thing you need to realize is that you might not be as good as some people say you are, but you're definitely not as bad as people say you are either. It's important to live in a healthy medium. That goes for everyone. If you don't understand yet, one day, very soon, you will. Your secret word is justice. Remember this word. This will come in handy. What? Take the secret word that was assigned to you at the end of your session and leave it in a comment for us. We will be selecting some of you based on your answers to be included in a future project we're currently working on. Don't be afraid. This is an opportunity for you to be part of history. This is a chance for you to be part of something greater. Be sure to note your secret word in your comments. If you do not wish to be part of upcoming projects, simply leave your secret word out of your comments and we will not select your name. We appreciate any and all comments you leave and we will always read them thoroughly. Thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I know they've been of some help to you, and if they aren't yet, it will all make sense very soon. Trust me on that. I was really going into this thinking it wouldn't relate to me. But it got me teared up a few times because it really hit home. A lot of it, like maybe 70% of it really hit home, and it's really interesting. I wasn't expecting that at all. So my word is justice. I will leave it in their comments and see what comes from it. Probably nothing, because I'm like, if I was a big YouTuber then it'd be more likely that I get picked, but if I do get picked, it'd be really interesting to see what they do with it. Yeah, I think y'all should try this test out, see what your answers are, and see what your message is at the end. Do you get the same as me, or do you get something completely different? And what is your word? Let me know what your word is. I would love to find out if they are different or the same. It is not very expensive. It's a couple of dollars on Steam. It's like really good value for money, and it does make me think about some things. The end message was quite thought-provoking, and I will do some digging into my own way of being. Maybe I am causing the way people act with me. I don't know. But it was nice that it was both hard-hitting but also gentle at the same time. So that was really nice. I'm quite taken aback by that. So let me know what you think, let me know what your secret word is, and let me know if you would like me to do the other tests and see where that takes me, and go on this crazy emotional journey. So thank you so much for joining me on the test, and I will see you when I see you.